Dear loved one, Appeal to Real is a safe space and a faith-based movement whose purpose features storytelling, podcasts, lectures, divination, and more to inform your character development, spiritual refinement, and of course, self-actualization. The vision of Appeal to Real is liberation from both oppressive conditioning and limiting beliefs for all who desire it. Welcome. Beloved, do you need advice or do you need release from hopelessness or confusion? Are there any sins, secrets, or traumatic experiences you wish to be set free from now? Appeal to Real welcomes you to leave your anonymous stories, comments, and confessions with Oracle and host Nunu. To honor your submission, Nunu will read it aloud on the channel and in return offer hope, words of power, and guidance that is sure to help set you free. Refer to the description box for the link to submit your stories anonymously. Nunu thanks you sincerely for trusting her with your stories. Nunu is also available for personal readings. Information for booking is located in the description box. Enjoy the following programming. Hello, dear people. How are you? I hope you're well. My name is Nunu, and I'm so grateful to be back here with you all today. Yay! Today, we are getting into a pick a childhood fear reading, okay? In these reads, I'm going to ask 3 questions. What does this childhood fear represent for you? How is it currently impacting you? Both good, bad, and all kinds of ways, you feel me? And how can you use this information to reclaim your power, period? The timestamps will be in the description box below. For group 1, we have spiders. Group 2, we have the dark. Group 3, we have heights. And group 4, we have death, okay? I look forward to seeing you in your reading or readings. Pile 1. You are the spider folks. Oh my god. Baby, can I relate to the fear of spiders, bro? I would not sleep for 3 days after a spider incident. Anyway, this ain't about me. I empathize with this experience though. So let's get into the first question. Dear all bright, well, loving, and honest ancestors, how does group 1's childhood fear of spiders, what does the fear of spiders represent for folks in group number 1? What does the fear of spiders represent for folks in group number 1? Let's see. We have greed. I felt a combination of, I feel like punishment. I feel like this fear of spiders as a child is connected to a fear of punishment, like a fear of losing things, a fear of things being taken away. Even there's like a fear of asking for somebody to get rid of the spider, a fear of even being fearful, like a fear of having a problem, of a fear of needing help, a fear of needing help. Like for you people, the fear of spiders in your childhood represents like weakness, a fear of vulnerability. Okay, we have questioning and avarice. Okay, anything else here? I even feel for somebody like a fear of blood, like to see a spider smash, like a big spider, and you see that blood. It kind of, it's like, I mean, it makes your skin crawl, but it kind of triggers feelings once again of vulnerability and weakness for y'all. Okay. Next, how does this childhood fear of spiders it could even represent a time in your life where you felt socially awkward, or where you just felt like awkward, period, where you didn't like attention, you didn't like eyes on you, you didn't want to be noticed, you didn't like to be complimented. This fear of spiders in your childhood may be representative of a time where you weren't welcome to essentially, where basically your language, your love language was tough love. You know, you didn't really know how to receive compliments, praise, affirmation, celebration, kind of uplifting energy and positive attention. This person or people with fear of spiders, this childhood fear may be representing a time in your life or characteristics within you that kind of embrace toxicity, like keep your enemies closer type of energy, like somebody who totally embraces hate and haters but struggles and feels awkward when it comes to love and lovers. Okay, so how is the childhood fear of spiders and what they represent for you impacting you now, impacting you currently? Help. Yeah, this is somebody who, you see how that card was like struggling to come out? It's somebody who like struggles to receive help even now. And it's not that you struggle to receive help, I want to be clear, because we're afraid of spiders. It's just that spiders trigger. You know, like things are just triggers, and the trigger is less important than what is triggered, you know? So, how else is this affecting you? But I do see you are learning, you know, to receive help, to ask for help, to look for support, to receive it from others. Someone who struggles to receive good in their life, okay? But you are definitely working towards improving that. How is this currently impacting you, good and bad? I feel like you struggle to be misunderstood. I mean, you struggle with feelings of being misunderstood in your relationships with the soulmate card. What I was getting is that, like, you and somebody could be talking about the same thing. You feel me? Y'all could have the same insight on something, but basically because they see it a different way, or they're not saying it the same way you say it, you feel like they don't understand where you're coming from. Like you may really struggle with communication with those who are close to you, and feeling like no, bro, that's not what I'm saying, that's not what I'm trying to say, and people feel like they understand you, but you don't feel like they understand you. Okay. But at the very same time, I feel like I feel that there's support here for you now, but you may not be recognizing it fully. Okay, dear? Like you may not be recognizing all the resources available to you. I feel like, though, largely the way these triggers are impacting you, okay, boom. Right now, you are already in the space of like reclaiming your power in your relationships, and speaking up for yourself, and asking for help, and asking for what you want, and being open to intimacy. We have the awakening and the metamorphosis. Okay, that's confirmation, bitch, because 5 plus 2 is 7. And then 2 5 on heavenly helpers is 7 as well. We have some other 7s here too. I'm thinking that right now you are evaluating all of your relationships. Like the ones that you thought were supportive, are they really supporting you where you are in the goals that you have for yourself now in this phase, in this season? And then the people that you thought with the questioning card that you couldn't, that weren't really here for you on your team supporting you, you know, you seeing that you may have been misunderstood about that as well. Okay, then we have the automatic negative thoughts here for sure. This is somebody who struggles with trust, struggles with paranoia. Okay, but there's something largely about when you say something, what people say to you in return, like you don't feel like they get where you coming from, just because they may not be like as passionate or amped up or irate that you feel that they should be about things, you know. I feel like with this irate, like you expect more of a reaction from people, and there could be some like some sort of like seeking of validation, definitely. And when you don't get the response, this doesn't even have to be in your relationships, like just everywhere where people are involved, like when you don't get the response that you feel like you should have gotten, it really, you know, it messes with you. It makes you like go back and forth inside of yourself. It makes you go back and forth about people. I feel a lot of Gemini energy here, dear. Like a lot of going back and forth about people, okay? Let's get into the last message. How can you use this information to set yourself free, okay, dear? How can you use this information to set yourself, to reclaim your power? How can you use this information to reclaim your power, dear, at this time? How can you use this information, this awareness, for power reclamation? How can you use this information for power reclamation? That's the power card. Rest, heal, Detox and restore. Take more time for yourself at this time. You might need a break from your go-tos, okay? From your usual crowds, not even just people, but usual environments. Like if you eat at certain places or, take the same walk at the same time, like mix it up. Like take some go into unfamiliar territories. Why? Because you can see when you're in a new space some of those assumptions you make about others in the world around you when you're in new spaces. Oh shit, my third eye. Oh my god, yeah, it's like with the questioning energy, it's gonna make you question what you've believed about people around you, like, and inevitably yourself. Somebody needs some like sexual healing at this time. Like with the rest too, it's like really get into your body. Like create sanctuary for yourself. Like I feel sacral chakra energy. Like you need soothing. You need like a healing of your carnality, really. Like I just see somebody actually doing the whole shit for themselves, like running the bath, getting the mood right, getting your smells, you feel me, your soaps, your oils, the music, you feel me, and like when you're done with it all, just be able to like fall asleep in a nice, comfy kind of oasis that you create for yourself. So get into what makes you want to open up. Create space around you that makes you want to open up as opposed to be closed off for people. And consider some of the spaces you can be in, some of the people you can be around at this time where you don't feel the pressure. Because I feel like you feel a pressure. Like you kind of feel like you're trying to prove something to some certain people or certain places. So go where there's absolutely no expectations for you, but to feel good, dear. My name is Nunu. I sincerely hope this message appeals to the real in you. I'm glad to connect with you, dear. Till next time. Bye. Group number 2. Hello. You all chose the childhood fear of the dark, baby. Shit, I could relate to truly about everything in terms of childhood fears, except for heights, ironically. But I'm scared of everything else, Lord. Shit, I should have put clowns on here, Lord. I'm still scared of clowns. Clown ass people, okay? Y'all scare me. For real. Okay. Dear all bright, well, loving and honest ancestors, what does the childhood fear of the dark represent for folks in group number 2? What does the childhood fear of the dark represent for folks in group number 2? I hear loud. Too loud. Like the silence is loud, or the noises become deafening, like distorted. Like the dark creates some sort of distortions for you, dear. I'm hearing help. Someone, the dark is representing a fear of like attack, physical harm, mostly though, physical, not like mental or emotional. Also, coldness is related, okay? there's like a fear. This fear is largely representative of being attacked. Like someone's innocence specifically being taken. Okay, dear? I send my sweetest condolences and sympathies to you now. And I hope you affirm even now, right now, you are safe. You know, I am safe right here, right now. I am safe. I am safe. The dark may also represent for you, like, I don't know how to word this, but like boy cry wolf energy. Like you tell and people didn't believe you. So it may represent, you know, feeling neglected in a number of senses, but I don't know what you call that when somebody doesn't believe you, you know? Like disregarded. I feel that the dark for you, it definitely with the nurturing and the school is related to neglect, disregard for you, okay? We have the stillness. Okay, now I'm picking up on quite a bit of Mars energy. Mars and water, which is like total Scorpio energy, especially with the skull. We have stillness. Okay, dear? I feel like this fear of the dark is representative of, is triggering of experiences in your life where there was a lack of hope. That's kind of what it feels like when somebody doesn't believe what you say. It's like it takes hope away. It drains hope out of you. I never want to lie or, you know, like sugarcoat things when they come up, because we have with the stillness, the cast state. I always want to say castrate, but that's essentially what is being represented by this card. It's a bed for castration, for like physical harm, okay? So with the stillness, like baby, if you know, bitch, you know. Like if you've been laying somewhere where you didn't have the option to move, you know. But then even worse, it speaks to that being like made a lie of, you know, when people disregard what you came to them with, the truth that you came to them with. I'm so sorry, dear. I hope you always remember, I hope you always believe that you have not been dealt any cards in this life that are too powerful for you to hold, you know. Even the fucked up ones. I hope that you trust that nothing was ever meant to keep you down. Nothing was ever meant to defeat you. You know, conflict serves as a catalyst for us to rise up against what we don't believe in, what we don't agree with. But for you, dear, the darkness speaks to a place where there was a lack of hope. Like, you did not have the full control over your body, over your physical body. And with the transcendence and death, you could deal with a lot of escapism, you know, that space. Like when you don't have control over your body, it's like you use your mind to take you away, you know. And I'm seeing that is largely the stories that come up in the dark for you. Even the dark itself is enough to still just kind of send you off, you know, send you on like a journey in your mind to take you out of your reality, okay, dear? So, how is the childhood fear of the dark and what the dark represents for you impacting you today, both good and bad? There surely are good things about the darkness in itself, you know, like your dark is not inherently bad, you know. The parts of you that hurt are not bad. They are just that. I mean, they're just hurt, but as humans, think about it like this. We can eat, you know, the cleanest, rawest salad, or we could have like fucking Whoppers, okay? No matter if that was like junk food or pure raw light food, we still consume it and use that energy to power us, to keep us going, you know? So I hope you always remember that, you know, that those the shitty experiences are also, they're yours, you know. Anything that is yours, I hope you learn to embrace it, because it all counts in making you the amazing, unique, one of a kind. There is no other you, dear, period. How is the childhood fear of the dark and what it represents still impacting the people at this time? Actually, I feel that, yes, with the core values, dear, it has brought you closer to God. It has brought you closer to belief, spirituality, and higher powers, a belief in the unseen. Okay? Why? Because think about it, dude. That experience of being able to transport yourself to another place in your mind, that is literally an out-of-body experience, okay? And that experience in itself is good, but it's like you would have never had the opportunity to activate that power in you if it weren't because you were trying to escape something so dark, okay? You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, power is power. Whether it's bad or good, power is powerful, dear. So you are always empowered, you feel me? But I definitely feel like it's brought me closer to God, closer to certain people who can relate to you and understand you. Like, your circle is small and it's tight, though. You feel me? It's helped you to form a small and tight circle. How has this childhood fear and what it represents, how is it currently impacting the people in both good and bad? Natural born leader and positive life changes, baby. And speaking up. I saw speaking up and positive life changes already, but I gotta tell y'all the truth, baby. There's a lot of spiritual energy, and I hope you remember that. You know, I'm sure you do already, because you've done work. You've done the work. Like, all things are created out of that darkness, you know. So you, as someone who's experienced more of the dark in the literal sense and what it represents than most people, it's giving you the superpower, or the ability to activate the superpower in you to access more light, even more light than the average person. It's like they didn't need to seek so much light because they didn't come out of so much, there was so much darkness, you know. Coming forth by night into day is what creates leaders. It's like this hero's journey. It's the superhero. So what this is doing with the positive life changes, speaking up, Here we have 111 period. In the auric field, I feel like now you lead by example and you don't even need your words to do it. It's like your actions tell stories. Like, I'm getting like a lot of legendary like energy, just like coming forth by night into day is a legend. Like, people essentially like gather around the campfire to talk about your story. You feel me? Because you leave with the auric field, you leave such a lasting impression on people that like calls them to action in their own journeys. Like, baby, your darkness has made a fucking superhero out of you, baby, period. That's beautiful, honey. So what how can you use this energy to how can you use this information to continue to reclaim your power at this time? I can use this information for power reclamation at this time. You give me a superpower. Gratitude, 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 gratitude. You have to be. I want to offer you the experience to go back and rewrite the stories of your past, okay? Like, where you may used to tell the story of being abused, you have the opportunity to go back and see how this shit have really been your movie this whole time. How this has really been you as such a special, powerful, enlightened warrior since birth, you know, like how your soul fought to create the space to exist freely without attack, without panic, without struggle. So go back and do your best to be grateful, dear. You know this is for the good of you. Do your best to go back and be grateful for the darkness, for the shitty things, because it's all made you who you are. Seriously. Be grateful for you, you know? Be grateful that you never fucking lost yourself. And also be grateful. Yeah, you have to be grateful for how far you've come so that you can keep going. That's what's going to help you keep going. Be grateful for how far you've come. Yeah. Instead of focusing on how you didn't do things wrong, you have to encourage yourself. This is the time to offer yourself greater encouragement than ever before, and to surround yourself with people, environments, energies, entertainment, media, foods, everything that encourage you. Okay, dear? One more message before we wrap up. How can you use this information to reclaim your power? Also, here's the last message, dear. You took one path, right? Like, you took the blue pill, right? Have gratitude that there is a red pill too. Like, have gratitude that you didn't take the red pill. Have gratitude that there are people who took the red pill and that they are totally on a different wavelength as you. Like, you're not even a part of that world. Be grateful that there is an option for you to be in this world. Like, there's no easy path, but you chose the path that is most fitting for you. So be grateful for that. Be grateful for like the things that you can't make peace with. Be grateful that they are, you don't have to deal with them, like those people, those environments, those vibrations, with the red and the blue right there in the center of natural birth leader, red and blue here. It's like, roads diverge. You went the path least traveled, as opposed to the path that many people were on, But it's like, you even have that path in you. Like, be grateful for how understanding you are, Use your understanding of yourself and others to be grateful of people. Like, let me give you an example. Homeless people. Bitch, I'm from Vallejo. I don't know, like homeless people just every day, everywhere, Like, no longer am I feeling bad for those people. One, because it just doesn't help me in terms of like doing what I need to do to be feeling bad. Two, I feel grateful when I see them. Like, I feel grateful that they had the option to choose that experience for their soul, but that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, I'm so grateful that I have nothing to do with that, I'm grateful that, like, it's just like a matter of remembering that the soul, this is about the soul. This is about the core values. Be grateful that there is a sense of like segregation. You can segregate yourself from some levels of toxicity, like, look at situations and seek the understanding of them. Be grateful that you have that understanding, and be grateful that you don't have to create space for it in your life if you don't want it anymore. Okay, dear? I love you. My name is Nunu. I'm so grateful to connect with you. I sincerely hope this message appeals to the real in you. Bye. Hello, group number 3. This is for you. You all chose heights as a childhood fear. Okay, dear, welcome. The first question for those who chose the childhood fear of heights is, what does this fear represent for you? I'm feeling already like somebody who's incredibly ambitious, okay? Like somebody who was like young and had a lot of older cousins that was around, and so they tried to keep up with their older cousins, Somebody who has a competitive spirit, somebody who likes to achieve, somebody who pushes themselves in every like challenge, challenges themselves all the time, okay? And so the heights may represent a need for you to like suck it up and get it done. Heights represent for you like a zero tolerance policy for excuses, okay? This, I feel like for you, is essentially, it represents you living off of adrenaline rushes, okay? Which is like exciting and also like kind of threatening at the same time, So you may find yourself liking situations or people who feel like they're hard to get, who feel like they have to be chased. You might like to chase. But then it can, of course, always trying to be ahead of the game, ahead of your time. It can leave you in that kind of glass half full type of energy, like you're always chasing and never just satisfied. There's a lot going on with my throat and y'all reading, golly. What does the fear of heights as in childhood represent for group 3 people? What does the childhood fear of heights represent for group 3 people? I feel a great, not surprising, but I feel a great amount of Mars energy in all three that I've done so far. And so, I don't know. I guess it's safe to say that the darkness brings a lot of conflict, you know? We have analysis. It's like you live off of like rubrics, like sizing yourself up to people and situations. Like you look at somebody's car, clothes, watch, everything, and like calculate how much are they worth, you know, how much do they make, like, and then you say to yourself like, oh, well, I could do that, you know. I don't. You may be like in a quite competitive industry, is what I'm getting. Even now, as an adult. Or maybe you're not an adult. I feel adult energy, but yeah, you may like work off a commission. You like rewards, awards, achievements. Even in games, like games on your phone, bitch, I'm dead. Like, you gotta be. You want to see your name on that, like, weekly scoreboard type shit. Yes, this analysis card is a scoreboard all the way. So it looks like you always sizing yourself up and others up. Sizing situations up. I feel like vibration. You like having a lot on your plate. You like having your hands full. It's a lot of masculine energy, okay? Period. You like responsibility. You feel powerful to have a lot on your plate. I mean, and that's the truth. Like, bitch, if you can handle it, it speaks to your power. Everybody can't do it, baby. But there is definitely something with the scoreboard energy and the, I don't want to call this motherfucker a flamingo. What is it? Peacock. There's something about, like, attractiveness, you know, tying attractiveness to these scores. So you may literally, like, rate people all the time, everywhere you go, like rating people in these scores, okay? But you know, if you do it to your others, it's like as within, so without. This is something you've already done to yourself at all times, okay? Always scoring yourself. The cool thing about these readings is it's like, yeah, you know, triggering things come up, but these things are neither good or bad. These are just parts of what make you the complex beauty that you are. Literally with the peacock. What kind of beauty is more complex than that of the peacock, bro? So it's like, bitch, yeah, I mean, to tell the truth, you feel like the winner. Even though it's not a competition, baby. It's not a race, but you are the winner. You are a winner. You are winning. Like Charlie Sheen, winning, bitch. That's how you know how old I am. Or like how out of mainstream media I am, bitch. Winning. How does this childhood fear of heights impact you currently? Today, here and now. You like to solve problems. Once again, no excuses. Like, I feel like for you, second place, sorry, we have universal mind and approval. I feel like for you, second place literally has never been good enough. Like, that is not acceptable for you, bro. Second place in games in everything, like at work, like second place is not acceptable for you. You expect to like rank highest on everybody's scoreboard. With this scoreboard, you feel me? Like, you essentially want to be popular. And I don't think that you've even maybe like connected the dots of it being that way. But this is somebody in a popularity contest, okay? How does the childhood fear, what it represents for you, impact you right now? All in all, though, I feel like it's made you an achiever, okay? It brought the achievement, the spirit of achievement out of you, okay? Choose to approve of yourself, baby, and others will too. The void. There may be parts of you that you just kind of refuse to acknowledge. The parts of you that you feel like do not score well, you really just avoid them, okay? But I already feel the vibe, like the support for you, the way to reclaim your power is to nurture this part of yourself, is to be softer and gentler and have more compassion with the fact that you are human, babe. You are still learning and growing. You are living like the rest of us, okay? Surrender. Okay. Somebody, I feel like somebody prides themselves on like tearing it down as far as sex go, like wearing somebody out, like having the reputation. Like, what Doja Cat say? I heard from a friend of a friend that dick was a 10 out of 10. Okay. Somebody prides themselves on being that 10 out of 10, okay? I'm sorry. I thought this would be like, I'm dead. It don't even matter, okay, bitch? I'm not mad at you, baby. You must remember, though, any place, any space where you feel like you gotta show out to belong there, it's not you know, it's that means that space doesn't have the nurturing, doesn't have the support, the compassion to hold you in it, okay? So yeah, that's what you can remember at this time. Like, any place where you don't feel like you're on top, there's nothing wrong with you. There's literally nothing wrong with you, and you don't have to feel like you can come into every single space and like take it over, dominate it, and be the star of the show, you know. I feel a lot of pride. I feel a little, even me, a little Leo, okay? Like, it's okay to not be the star of the show at all times, you know. It's okay to not be the center of attention. It's okay to not be the one that people are talking about or focusing on. Like, it's okay to be in the background sometimes. It's okay to be the side character in other people's journeys. But baby, bitch, I want to be saved. You might be, you feel me, the captain. You might like dynamics, relationships where you have a lot of power in them, okay? Where you have a lot of say, where you have a lot of say so. You a boss, so you gotta say so, okay? You like to give order. You like to give directive to others. And you like for them to follow that. You'd expect for them to follow it. So, like, if you work anywhere where you're not the boss, Like, that bothers you. You feel me? You do not like to be bossed around at all. At all, okay? How can you use this information to set yourself free, to reclaim your power even greater at this time? How can you use this information to set yourself free and reclaim your power even greater at this time? I heard from a friend that dick was a 10 out of 10. Who gives a fuck about what people gotta say with you? Do you remember? Like, okay, stop. You do not have nothing to prove to these people, okay? Let your past be your past, you know? Give yourself permission to, like, grow from who you used to be. Like, you used to be, I mean, it doesn't even matter. Like, that nigga, that bitch is dead. You feel me? As far as you're concerned. So, I feel that you're so powerful. You're so optimistic, okay? That, you kind of, once again, with the scorecard, you want to have a good reputation with all people. But everybody don't even want you. You know, not everybody's gonna offer that to you, dear. So you can let go of that. Like, just let go of that. I feel also like, yeah, stop telling people so much of your plans, of your business, because as a competitive person with agility, okay, as a competitive person, we had helper protector in reverse, and then distractions, which was sideways. Like, the more you let people in on your plans and shit, the more people do actually want to compete with you. Like, it is what it is. If you're in a competitive, if you have competitive spirit in your heart, like, there's competitive people in your environment, you know? So don't let people in on so much of what you do. And I think that the more you keep to yourself with the approval, the more you'll be able to see just how naturally, how authentically you stand out from the crowd. Just how different you are from everybody else. Just how original you are. It's giving OG on my mama. I feel like the time where you were fighting to, like, initiate yourself into this authority, like, is over. You no longer need to prove yourself. Like, you have earned your stripes. I feel like you need something brand new in your energy. I feel like you can benefit at this time from something that gets you out of, like, your left brain, like, that gets you more creative, okay? That gets your creative juices flowing, baby. Like, art, painting, time and nature. Like, the feminine aspects in you are asking to be nurtured, are asking to be cultivated and not avoided at this time, dear, okay? Like, I'm literally seeing crayons. I don't know. I just feel the strong message that, like, art of some sense, like visual art, can be helpful for you at this time, dear. And more time in nature. I mean, baby, it's always going to help. It says you are very connected to Mother Earth, and as such, you experience all that she does. So it's important to get more into your feminine energy because, I mean, Earth is that feminine, that mother, that nurturing energy. So the more you can tap into it, the more you'll begin to accept these, softer, truly more feminine parts of yourself. Like the parts of you that you're avoiding may literally just be the things that you feel are feminine. But it's like you're not just man or just woman, or you're a soul. You're a soul, and like with the peacock, like your beauty, your body, your energy, your expression is complex. So do not try to avoid being so complex, dear, okay? Do not avoid, do not try to make yourself so simple. Like, do not fear stepping into the spaces where you are not already, like, experienced, okay? Do not be afraid to step in the spaces where you are not the professional, the one with the most knowledge or information. Do not be afraid to do some shit that, like, you just would have never imagined. Like, bitch, if you have never done yoga and you thought about taking a yoga class, like, take that motherfucker. You feel me? If you feel like, I don't know, like having a dog sleep in the bed with you was too corny, bitch, try it anyway. Like, open yourself up to like a friendlier kind of energy, like I feel that a lot of your engagement with people has to do with competition, even though competition can be healthy, but move more into camaraderie as opposed to competition at this time, dear, and it will help to nurture yourself and make you more well-rounded, make you see just how unique you are in all your facets, and give you so much more to explore, okay? My name is Nunu. I'm so grateful to connect with you. I love you, honey. I sincerely hope this message appeals to the real in you. Till next time, bye. Hello, dear group number 4. My name is Nunu. I hope you're well. I'm so grateful to connect with you, baby, and help you at this time in terms of waking up to mystery surrounding your childhood fear of death, baby, period. So just because of the way I said that, I get that you may not understand why you were ever afraid of death the way you are, like dying and death as a concept. I feel a mixture of both, people who were afraid of themselves dying and then just afraid of death overall, okay? Bro, I get so much energy. I mean, literally, it makes sense. Like, but so much energy moving through my throat when I do these readings. So that looks like a lot of burping and all kind of things. But we're just flowing. Dear all bright, well-loving, and honest ancestors, what does the childhood fear of death represent for the people in group number 4? What does the childhood fear of death represent for people in group number 4? I mean, this is a simple thing, but yeah, like feeling like if you lost a particular person that you wouldn't be able to do it without them. Like you couldn't live without somebody, okay? This could be a sibling. This could be a twin, okay? This could be a twin. This could be afraid of something happening to a twin or to a sibling, okay? I feel that you and this person, whether a sibling, twin, or somebody completely different, you were separated. And it created, with the justice, with the heart, it created a lot of pain and grief, sorrow, sadness, trauma in both of y'all hearts to be separated. I even feel, ironically enough, man, I feel so much Mars and then Scorpio energies in these reads, bro. I feel, ironically enough, the experience, like near-death experience for people in this group. Somebody dealing with the near-death experience or the near-death experience of somebody they loved, okay? I send you all my condolences. Like, there's hardly enough solace in the world. And if this was an actual death as opposed to near death, I send you my condolences, dear. What does the childhood fear of death represent for people in group 4, please? What does the childhood fear of death represent for people in group 4? Defense. Yeah, like I feel like somebody, like always, is that what you say? Like has their back turned, or like is looking over their shoulder. Someone that has their back turned. You may be connected to the third group, which was heights. Somebody who has their back turned. I mean, I keep wanting to say back turned, but then looking over their shoulder at the same time. So it may just have you like stuck on one specific event, you know, like you are truly, a piece of you is truly stuck on something that happened in the past. And so it's like you're missing out on the present because of it, in a sense. One more card for what the childhood fear of death represents for group 4 people. Damn. You may feel that there's just so much unfairness in the world, okay? Bitch, I can't say that I disagree with you. Abandonment. Yeah, somebody here is really, you know, they've been like shell shocked behind losing somebody. Please know that I truly can relate to the experience of feeling like you literally are living in a war zone, you know, like you literally feel like you are in combat, whether you genuinely, you feel me? This is somebody who's lived in combat, okay? Who's lived the experience of having to be in combat, who's felt like a warrior, like all my life I had to fight type shit. You feel me? How is this childhood fear I mean, I feel just like of all the groups, I feel that this one relates most to the experience of just like PTSD because of what they've been through, okay? Truly shell shocked, like shaken. With these blue skies, it's something that I'm trying to figure out here. something in your mind, okay, dear? You may hear voices, like, and voices, I mean, they don't have to be like bad things at all, but you may hear voices. You may have like a conflict of opinions that live inside of you at any given time, okay? But I feel like I don't know. Please help me decipher this, Lord. There's something about not being able to breathe, okay? Somebody could have had an experience of like drowning. And it's not just not thinking clearly. This is like something with cognition, okay? This is something with like senses, like motor, like twitches or tweaks or like involuntary movement in the body. Oddly enough, this could be a stutter, okay? A stutter that's connected to fear, childhood fears. There are people in conflict with their family, with their parents, with their father and father figures, men in their lives, who they feel like used power unfairly against them, okay? There could even be confusion in gender expression here. As a kid, you may have not felt boyish. And that's the specific word I want to say, like boyish, for some reason, okay? You may have not felt boyish. You may have felt effeminated. But with the mystery, the confusion of this blue, I feel like it had nothing to do with you, dear. It was somebody's own, false perception of what it means to be a boy. That was like pushed at you, pushed onto you, pressed onto you. Like when, I hate this, bro. Like, this is some black community shit. I don't know if this happens in other communities. I'm sure it does. But like, when a man takes a young boy and like punches him in his chest as a means to like build up some sort of strength in him, I feel something like that. Like, you weren't allowed to be very child. You felt like your childness, your innocence was not allowed. The way you even spoke, like the way you said something, somebody didn't like the way you said it and you weren't allowed to say this anymore. Like, you weren't allowed to say that thing. Even if, I don't know, baby, this is a lie. Like calling somebody Grammy or something, like somebody that wasn't okay for some reason. Like it needed to be grandma. Like Grammy was too feminine. Grammy was too soft, too weak, too foo-foo, too frilly. I don't want to spend too much time here because the overall vibe is like somebody being made extremely confused by the teachings in their environment and what in their soul, in their beautiful soul, was speaking and, trying to make a place, make sense of it all, okay? So, how are these experiences, this childhood fear and what it represents, impacting you currently, dear, okay? There's a lot of confusion, like somebody who never felt, and I'm just getting masculine energy, but you make it work for what is true for you. Like somebody who was a boy who never felt gay, who never felt attracted to men, but was taught that gayness was about like the way you express yourself as opposed to sexuality. Somebody has been confused about what sexuality is and gender expression, okay? You're interested in a personal reading, I am definitely available to delve, to bust that open, okay? To bring great clarity. I feel like this is deep. I feel like somebody sees somebody from their childhood is like Hitler, like evil. Okay? Like really twisted. Like what's that? The movies like Saw, like somebody who uses people for like gameplay. How is this all currently impacting you today? Both good and bad. How are these fears and what they represent for you impacting you now? Recognition. Yeah, this is like that cognition. And entrepreneur. I feel like what it's done for you with the 33 and the 55 is like, because there's been so much disconnect and confusion with people, you like, I gotta make my own table. I gotta make my own way. Okay? It has led you to be determined to self-actualize, to bring the vision of yourself alive, okay? Inner child. You may just identify as like at this time having a fucked up childhood. Like that's how you think of your childhood, okay? Yeah. At this time, dear, you are being called to find forgiveness for those who wronged you. And we all know that forgiveness never means it was okay. Forgiveness acknowledges that those people did not have the answers, whatever perceived authority they had, you realize that they are no greater, no more human than you are, okay? How are these fears currently impacting you, okay? One card, please, at a time. One card. How are these memories, fears, and what they represent impacting you? Positive life changes, though, with celebration. It says, positive life changes are ahead if you choose to trust in the process. So forgiveness is important with the defense when it comes to that, like, back against the wall energy, like, can't trust nobody energy. If you feel that there are truly no trustworthy people around, like, you will attract that kind of environment. But if you choose to believe in others, if you choose to believe there are people who just don't have it out for others, if you choose to believe that people, even as badly as they fuck up, bro, are doing the best that they could at that time, then you can begin to heal some of this paranoia, okay? Some of these complex PTSD is a real thing. If you've never looked into it, just look at it. There's like 5 recurring symptoms that must happen in the span of a month to be like kind of quote unquote diagnosed with that. But this is just for greater understanding, to bring you validation of your experience, is to do some research into PTSD, okay? Personally, in my journey, I'm at the space where I'm finally open to like medication for my mental health. You feel me? I've tried so many supplements. I've been in therapy for years. I try to keep a clean diet, meditation, but there's only so much you can do. We're all human, right? So, be open to some mental health support in ways that you haven't been open to it before. But the absolute key, dear, is to trust. Whatever you seek, you have to trust that it'll work for you. So like, if you want therapy, you have to trust that there is a good, honest therapist who's deserving of your time and energy. You feel me? If you thinking about medication, you have to trust that there's a medication that will literally enhance your quality of life, right? We don't want to ever go into anything not trusting that it'll bring the best outcome for us, because then it's like it doesn't stand a chance to. So let's get into how you can use this information to continue to free yourself at this time. But yeah, that mental health support is definitely important. Opposition came card out. You are somebody who, like, you feel like you got a lot of ops, you feel like you got a lot of haters, you feel like it's a lot of people after you, not fucking you, feel me? Got it out for you, woo woo woo. If you feel this way, you must unplug. Especially as somebody who has been a paranoid, anxious personality my whole life, bro. If it's like too difficult to make sense of like everybody and everything, you have to unplug, baby. Sometimes you have to unplug so that there's nothing left but you and that inner child, so you can begin to recognize what is really calling to be healed. Because sometimes with all the things, it becomes harder to remember that sometimes what happened, sometimes the truth is less important than the feeling. And when you target that feeling in you, like, that's what you can heal. That's what you have control over. You do not have control over Johnny, Jessica, and Joseph. What kind of people they are. You have absolutely no control over that. So get into unplugging and eliminating all your ops, all the opposition. Remove yourself from territories that you feel like you have to be in defense of yourself in, baby. What else what other information, how can you use this information to reclaim your power even greater at this time? How can you use this information to empower yourself even greater than before? How can you use this information right now to empower yourself even greater than before, honey? A lot of PTSD symptoms are in the body. Like I said, those twitches and tweaks and, you know, like nerve shootings and all of those things, you feel me? So find something or be receptive to some sort of like body work, okay? Whether this be like contact sport, massage, acupuncture, like literally going to the park and rolling like a log. When the last time you did that shit? When the last time you went into nature and like rolled around, rubbed your face in the grass, climbed trees? Like all of this is offering a lot of healing for you at this time, dear, so that you could get out of your mind and into your body more. More body healing will be the thing to bring you the great relief that you seek at this time, honey. Okay, let's get one more of these for you before we wrap up. One more, please. Pray for justice. Wherever you feel like you were done unjustly, unfairly, pray for justice. Pray that you get your just dues. Pray to receive your just dues. Pray for the guidance you need to be open to reclaiming what belongs to you, okay? What you feel like has been stolen from you or unfairly gotten out of you. Pray to receive that justice on those matters. With the entrepreneur especially, pray with the incoming offer. Pray for that justice. Pray for your just dues, period. Okay, this one says you don't know the full story. No words mysterious. So it's like, you got to keep an open mind, you know, but sometimes like when your system is amped up, you know, like the mind can't be opened if it isn't first calmed down. So getting into that body healing, like sports, swimming, something, just rolling around in your body, using your body, like pounding the body, you know, will help. That's the thing. If you take the advice to pray for that justice, to pray for your just dues, some stories are going to present themselves. Some narratives are going to present themselves that you hadn't considered before. And it's like, be open. Be open to the fact that things haven't all been what you perceive them to be. This is what you deserve. So when you pray for justice, trust that it's coming, and, you know, keep an open mind, dear. Keep something around you that reminds you that love is the basis of everything, because that is like the number one universal law, dear. Okay, I love you. I sincerely hope this message connects to you. I'm grateful to connect with you, and I hope it appeals to the real in you. Bye.